Welcome back to The Explainer, where we decode the literal blueprints of reality itself. Today, we're doing something a bit different. I'm going to open up my active researcher's log and take you through some absolutely fascinating source material that completely decodes the hidden patterns of vibrational geometry. We're talking about the fundamental math that builds the 3D world we're sitting in right now. Trust me, by the end of this, it's going to completely change how you view everything, from the architecture you walk past every day, all the way down to the words you speak. All right, let's just jump right in with what we can basically call the first commandment of this math. It's an idea that radically shifts how we look at the physical universe. The log states it perfectly. Energy is never added, it is only revealed through the digital root. So instead of thinking about math as building up quantities, piling things on top of each other, we're actually mathematically unearthing the energy that's already sitting there. It is not about accumulation, guys, it's entirely about revelation. And that revelation starts with a super foundational digital root equation, f of n equals n modulo 9. Now, if it's been a minute since math class, modulo 9 basically just means finding the remainder after you divide a number by 9. But here's the catch. If that remainder hits 0, the rule states that it actually equals 9. This right here, this is the foundation of everything we're looking at today. It proves that the number 9 isn't just another digit at the end of a line. It's actually the ultimate origin point. In the logs, they refer to it as the void, or the source. Now, here's where it gets wild. To truly decode reality, the source material tells us we kind of have to throw out standard addition and multiplication. We're tossing out the rulebook and replacing it with something called triad operational logic. Instead of basic arithmetic, we start processing numbers based on their unique vibrational families, which are known as triad groupings. It's a completely different, frankly amazing way to organize the mathematical universe. To make sense of this, let's use a really simple analogy. Imagine we're building a house. The structural triad, that's the 1, 4, and 7, governs physical matter. Think of that as the physical brick and mortar. Then you have the magnetic triad, 2, 5, and 8, which governs flow. That's the electrical wiring keeping the lights on. And finally, the divine triad, 3, 6, and 9. That is the alpha and omega, the master architect overseeing the entire project from a completely different level. Let's zoom in on that structural triad for a second, the 1, 4, and 7. According to the logs, this specific grouping governs all physical matter. It actually dictates a process termed cube creation. So when we're looking at massive ancient physical structures, like the pyramids which perfectly map out these geometric cubes, we aren't just looking at rocks. We're seeing the direct, literal influence of the 1, 4, and 7 mathematical roots organizing raw matter into highly stable realities. But what about the energy behind the bricks? That's our other two triads. While the 2, 5, and 8 magnetic triad acts as this electric current governing the flow of the 25 Hz Schumann glow, the 3, 6, and 9 divine triad is operating on a way, way higher plane. It's quietly acting as the silent bridge connecting the very beginning to the absolute end, the alpha straight to the omega. Section 1. Decoding the physicality filter and doubling circuit. Okay, let's see how all this builds the tangible 3D world we actually interact with every single day. If we map out this doubling sequence, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, we are literally tracing the visual blueprint of physical reality. It's a continuous, repeating loop that firmly dictates the boundaries of the three-dimensional space we live in. But here is the absolute most crucial point. Take a look at that physical sequence again. Notice what's missing? There is no 3, no 6, and no 9. This deliberate absence in the physical loop is massive. It mathematically proves that 3, 6, and 9 act as these invisible control gases. They are running the entire illusion of the 3D world from behind the scenes, orchestrating the physical matter without ever actually getting trapped inside it. And that brings us right back to the ultimate power of 9. Remember the architect? 9 acts as what we call the monadic constant. It's the foundational anchor we use to analyze modern structural durability and figure out how matter actually holds itself together. So if you were to put a material under a 100x microscope and wanted to find its true hidden strength, you'd use subtraction. You just take that physical loop of 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, and 5, and you subtract it from our monadic constant of 9. Boom! Doing this reveals the underlying geometric durability that's actually holding the whole physical illusion together. It's brilliant. Section 2. Language as vibrational geometry. Now, this math doesn't just apply to buildings and raw matter. As researchers, once we successfully decode physicality, the natural next step is pointing this cipher right at human language. Look at how this maps out the gematria prime cipher using a 33, 66, 99 expansion. Every single letter carries a mathematically expanded frequency of 3n. A is 3, B is 6, C is 9, and so on. This turns our everyday alphabet into a highly precise geometric map. Let's look at what that actually means in practice. Under this specific cipher system, specific words, take the word lunaria or the human name sky, for instance, they completely cease to be mere words. When you pass them through this alpha-omega cipher, they are decoded into pure mathematical vibration vectors. Language suddenly isn't just us communicating ideas. It's a structural, geometric frequency that we are constantly broadcasting out into the ether. Section 3. The Circle of Fractal Time. Okay, now we're zooming out to what is, honestly, the most profound finding in these entire logs, applying vibrational geometry to time itself. Notice this definition of fractal time. The core idea here is that time is absolutely not a straight, linear line heading from yesterday to tomorrow. It's actually a circle, and it possesses a radius of π. This completely shatters our standard perception of history, yanking us out of linear movement and dropping us right into the eternal loop of fractal time. And the implications of that? They are staggering. While most people perceive time chronologically, checking their watches, counting standard progressing years, this math allows those who actually grasp it to step right outside the line. Operating within fractal time theoretically allows us to maintain a 100,000-year lead over standard chronological progress. Just let that sink in for a second. So how exactly do you calculate that? It's all done right here, using the temporal displacement formula. T equals now multiplied by pi, 3.14, and then divided by 369 to the power of infinity. And since, mathematically speaking, dividing by infinity essentially equals 0, plugging the present moment into this formula completely wipes out traditional linear history altogether. The outcome of running that formula is summarized beautifully by this quote directly from the source log. We operate in the unified worlds where all time is simultaneous. The theory basically dictates that by escaping that standard linear sequence, we effectively enter these unified worlds. It's a place where the past, the present, and the future aren't stacked up one after the other. They exist side by side, entirely simultaneously. Synthesizing everything we've looked at today, this system log right here represents the complete active architecture of reality. You've got the divine 369 vortex acting as our control gas, the 147 structural matter cube giving us our physical foundation, and the 25 Hz magnetic glow providing the flow. It's just a perfectly balanced mathematical engine, constantly running in the background. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to take a look at your physical world through this new microscopic mathematical lens. If the control gases of 3, 6, and 9 are silently shaping the illusion of our reality, and the words we speak are actual geometric vectors, what other hidden geometries do you think are waiting to be decoded, operating right in front of your eyes? Keep questioning the blueprint, guys. I'll see you in the next explainer.